Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast today. Former professional football player Mike Pruitt will talk with me about his career in the automobile business. And then Ruth Gray and Keisha McMillan will explain what to expect at Kwanzaa celebrations this year. And later in the broadcast, the president of Chancellor University, Bob Doherty, and the acting dean of the undergraduate College of Business, Todd Allen Williams, will talk to me about what Chancellor University has to offer students. Good morning again. This is Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. And so we begin. Beginning with a well-known name here and a good guy all the way around, Mike Pruitt of Mike Pruitt Honda. Good to see you, Mike.
Oh, well, thank you, Leon. Great to be here.
If the name sounds familiar, it is because, well, not only does he sell good automobiles with Honda, but he also played for 9 years with the Cleveland Browns. Had big running back.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, good to talk to you a little bit about what made you decide as an all-pro running back to leave football and to go into the automobile dealership business?
Well, you know, I had tried other businesses even when I was playing football. I had done something every off season. So when my days of playing was over and I finished up my career in Kansas City, I had talked to Mel Farr in Detroit back in 1980 about getting into the automotive business, and I knew that I was retiring from the NFL. So I called Mel up, and I knew that Ford had a training program, but I couldn't get in that year. So I came back to Ohio, and I sold cars for a year at Lincoln Mercury store in Lorain, Ohio. And that's when I knew this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be in the car business.
You're a dealer now.
I'm a dealer.
You're an automobile dealer.
22 years now, yes.
22 years?
22 years.
Isn't that long since you played football?
Yeah, it's been a few years.
We all getting a little gray around there.
Very true.
Certainly. Well, tell me, why did you choose Honda, Mike Pruitt?
Well, Honda is a great automobile, and I think a lot of people know that. Of course, I'm going to brag about Honda, but I used to have Ford, and I had Lincoln Mercury, Mazda, and Honda at the same time. But the Honda brand is a brand that has a lot of loyalty. Probably 80% of our business is repeat business. We were kind of I was running to customers who had Hondas for 15 years, and the whole family had Hondas. So I knew it was a good brand. The manufacturer treated me very well. They wanted me to be a Honda dealer. So I decided, just to put my whole effort into being a Honda dealer, and I sold my other franchises.
Where's your store located?
My stores were located in Akron, right on Route 8, between Howell Road and Cuyahoga Falls Avenue. If you're going up and down Route 8, you won't be able to miss me because it's a new facility. It's about 2.5 years old now.
Do you see a lot of opportunities available for young or even middle-aged entrepreneurs, older entrepreneurs in the automobile business?
Yes, it is. I think there's still opportunities available. Of course, it's probably not as many as it was when I got into the business 20-something years ago. But there are opportunities. I think anybody that wants to get into the automotive business need to try the automotive business like I did, even selling cars. Selling cars, nothing happens until you sell a car. That's what happens in automotive. Nothing happens until you sell a car. But if a person wanted to get in, that's a great place to start. Whether it's selling new cars or selling used cars, that's a great way to get into business. And if you wanted to go farther in that business, what you would do is probably get a hold of one of the dealers and see if they could be a mentor to you. I advise people who want to be in the car business to find a mentor into business. That way you'll know if you like that business or if you want to go farther in that business. They can tell you.
How much training do you have to go through to own a dealership, run a dealership?
Well, I went through Ford's dealer training program, which was a 2-year training program. So I had 2 years where you actually train in a dealership and you sit in every department. Also, they had schools back in Detroit. So every 6 weeks, I would go back and forth to Detroit for school. But they have what you call a NADA program now, which is the National Automobile Dealers Association, has a training school in Washington, D.C. My son just graduated last week from there, so I just went to his graduation. But if you want to learn about the total business, that's where you would go, to the NADA training school in Washington, D.C.
I want to give you a phone number here and your website as well. We're going to continue talking to Mike Pruitt. 330-633-6060, 330-633-6060, and mphonda.com. mphonda.com is your website. Now, you've gone green in your service department. My notes tell me. What's that mean, that you've gone green in the service department?
Well, we've done a lot of things. One of the things is usually most service departments were heated. What we do is when we take people's oil out of their cars, used to you have to put that in a tank and send it off somewhere, and they dispose of it. Now what we do is we keep that oil that we take out of people's car, and we burn that oil during the winter time to heat our shop.
Right. Oh,
yes.
That's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Never thought about that, but that's why you're selling cars.
That's right.
And a dealership. I gotta ask you now. I mean, do you miss football as the power running back that you were with the Cleveland Browns?
Leon, I loved it, but I don't miss it. They beat me up for 11 years. When I got out, I was ready to go. I enjoy watching the game, even though I don't watch it as much. So people think because I played, I watch a lot of football. I really don't. I probably can watch a game for about 5 minutes, and then I'm off doing something else, unless I'm down at the game. And I enjoy, watching the Browns, but I don't watch them as much as people think I do, but I enjoy the progress that the Browns is making.
So when you're driving for the goal line, you're driving a Honda now.
I'm driving a Honda.
You're not pushing the big legs.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm not pushing on any numbers or any people. That's right.
Well, Mike Pruitt, it's always good to see you, my friend.
Oh, well, thank you.
We each other periodically here in Greater
Very
Cleveland.
true,
Always good to see you, my friend.
Well, thank you.
And thank you for being on the broadcast. And good luck. Mike Pruitt Honda is located at 43 Mike Pruitt Boulevard, Route 8, right off Cuyahoga Falls, right?
Right. Yeah, right off around
in the Akron area. Or you can call 330-633-6060 for Mike Pruitt Honda. Good to see you, Mike.
Well, thank you. Nice seeing you, Leon.
Good to have you on the broadcast, as always, my friend. Log on to newsnet5.com each week to see what's coming up on Kaleidoscope. We will continue after these words, especially for you. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope. Good to have you with us. Kwanzaa celebration begins on December the 26th. That's the day after Christmas. South Euclid Councilwoman Ruth Gray is here along with author Keisha McMillan. They'll talk about the significance of Kwanzaa. Good to have you with us.
Thank you for having us.
You've been with us for a couple of years now, Keisha McMillan.
It's
talking
a
about
pleasure.
Kwanzaa. And good to have you with us, Councilwoman Ruth Gray of South Euclid. Tell me, bring us up to speed now. What is Kwanzaa, this day that is celebrated the day after Christmas? What is Kwanzaa?
Well, this year we have Kwanzaa celebrated on the first day of Kwanzaa. We're celebrating Umoja, which is unity. And we have a great committee that has come together to provide this for the city.
It's kind of a celebration of the harvest, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Bringing in the harvest and
first fruits of the harvest. It was developed in 1966 by Dr. Milana Karinga. And the celebration is really focused on taking pride in the African American community and coming together as one big family and celebrating what our ancestors left for us.
And they taught all about freedom and unity.
Unity and pride. 7 principles that we still need to use today. Self-determination, which is Kujijakalia, and unity, which is Umoja, that's the first principle. The third principle, collective work and responsibility. Cooperative economics, NIA, which is purpose. Creativity and faith. 7 principles to live by. They're a value system.
Yeah, it's a value system, and if you live by these principles, you'll live a good life.
That's right.
That's the name of that tune. Well, let's talk to Ruth Gray here now. Ruth Gray, you're a councilwoman in South Euclid. Why are you involved in this? Tell me about this.
Well, actually, Leon, my family and I have been involved with Kwanzaa for a number of years. We started celebrating Kwanzaa as a family unit back in around 1988. And a few years ago, we partnered with Keisha and the McMillan family to start doing community Kwanzaa events. But we've been involved with doing Kwanzaa as a family unit since about 1988, and that's what I really recommend.
Yeah, I'm going to hold up this placard. Now, you tell me about what I'm holding up here. You've got a big event going on. What's this event, and where's it going to be?
Well, the event is going to be held this year at the Green Greenmont Party Center on December 26th, which is Sunday, the day after Christmas.
Right.
And that is the first day of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa begins December 26th and lasts to January 1st of 2011. And this year's event, we're going to have a community Kwanzaa. We've got the townsmen coming in to provide entertainment. We've got Sea Life to come in and do a spiritual kind of dance. We're going to recognize, I think, about 14 different individual/groups in showing how they represent or illustrate the principles of Kwanzaa in their day-to-day activities.
This is going to be at the Greenmont Party Center, which is at 800 South Green Road in South Euclid, and it's going to be Sunday. Well, this is recorded before that date, but that's going to be today, Sunday, December the 26th,
yes.
The day after Christmas. It starts at 4 o'clock and goes until 9 o'clock, and everybody has a good time and learns a lot of good things.
Yes.
Keisha, tell me about, you brought along your book, The McMillan Family Kwanzaa Celebration Guide. Now,
yes.
where can people get this? I know you always talk about this book.
It's a wonderful
Your whole
book.
family celebrates Kwanzaa.
Yes, we do, and we encourage other families to celebrate. You can call 216-321-1539 in order to get the book. We also have a website that you can see on the screen that will allow you to order the books. The books are dynamic. They focus on all of the principles, their activities, and ways in which to show you how to celebrate Kwanzaa. And it's a very individual thing. So we're just excited about it and are looking forward to people coming out to Kwanzaa as well as purchasing the book or even getting it from your local library.
And where does the word Kwanzaa come from? What's it mean?
It means first fruit of the harvest. It is Kiswahili, and it is the opportunity for families to gather together. So it came from Africa, but Kwanzaa is an African-American holiday.
And not really a religious holiday. It's more of a...
Not at all.
A lot of people think it's a religious holiday. It's just a celebration of the harvest.
Yes,
and
it is.
People, as you will attest, Ruth, people all over the world, wherever they come from, celebrate the bringing in of the harvest.
That's correct.
That's
correct.
kind of a Thanksgiving,
Yes, it is.
kind of a Thanksgiving feel to it. What do you want us to keep in mind, Ruth? Why this is vital for you?
Well, Kwanzaa, as you said, is the bringing in of the harvest, but it is a time for us as individuals, a time for our families and our communities to make a commitment to who we are, what we are, where we are, and where we want to go. And that's what Kwanzaa is really about. So when you take the time out with your family to celebrate Kwanzaa, and I really recommend that families take the time out to learn about Kwanzaa and celebrate it at the home, because that's when you get into the nuts and bolts of a lot of things you really can't do with the community.
And we can find this book at bookstores, or we can also make that phone call to the number on the screen, right,
Yes.
right, Keisha? And the number is 216-321-1539, as you see, or you can go to klmcreations.com.
That's
get more
correct.
information on everything we've been talking about as we celebrate the many days of Kwanzaa beginning on December the 26th, the day after Christmas.
Today.
Good to see you, Keisha
Thank
McMillan.
you.
Good to see you. Good to have you on the broadcast. And Ruth Gray, councilwoman from South Euclid. Tell everybody in South Euclid we said, hey.
Hey.
Just say Leon said, hey. Okay, good deal. All right. Thank you very much for being on the broadcast. I'm going to take a break. In a moment, we'll return and we will talk with some of the leadership of Chancellor University, Bob Doherty, its president, and Todd Allen Williams, its acting dean of the College of Undergraduate Business. Back after these words, especially for you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope today. Glad to have you with us. Chancellor University is pulling out the stops to attract and retain non-traditional students. University President Bob Doherty and Acting Dean of the Undergraduate College of Business, Todd Williams, are here to talk more about these efforts. Good to have you with us. President Doherty sitting next to me, and Todd Allen Williams, Acting Dean of the Undergraduate Business College. Good to have you with us as well.
Thanks for having me.
Give us a little background on Chancellor University, located right here in Cleveland.
we're located at 40th and Chester. Chancellor University is the oldest university in Cleveland. It's one of the oldest universities in the state of Ohio. It was founded in 1848. And so we're celebrating our 162nd year. I'm the 19th president in our long history. I've been the president now about 8 months. And we serve non-traditional students. Our average student is a working adult who's gone back to school to improve their career chances.
And Todd Allen Williams, you're acting dean of the undergraduate College of Business. Are you seeing a lot of students coming in because of tight economic times and they can't find jobs, so they say, I got to get educated?
We are. And one of the things that we do at Chancellor University is we specialize in having a practical business degree. And so it's when students come to us and they persist towards a degree, that the information that they get, they can use from the word go out in their career field. So.
What are they looking for? What do you train people for?
Well, we train people for jobs that currently exist. So we have a technology component in all of our courses, both on ground and online. And so that the information that students get, they can use in the workplace right away to better their lives and the communities in which they live.
President Doherty, before it was Chancellor University, it's been called a series of names over the years back to 1848. Tell us some of those names.
We started out as Spencerian College back in 1848, and we had that name for many years. And then in the 1960s, it became Dyke College, and then in the 1990s, it became Myers University, and then just 2.5 years ago, we became Chancellor University.
When you tell people that John D. Rockefeller was one of your graduates, ears go up, and people say, well, maybe I can be a billionaire if I go to Chancellor.
Well, and Todd's from Akron. We also have Harvey Firestone as one of our alums. You know, we're really focused on career-oriented degrees, so people that come to Chancellor know when they graduate they have a good opportunity to find a job in their chosen field.
Are there financial aid programs for those who need financial aid to go to school?
There are, and the vast majority of our students are on financial aid, and we work very closely with students to make sure they have the right financing package so they can afford their schooling. And in fact, before any student enrolls, we make sure they go through a financial literacy course with us, so they understand the obligations that they will be taking on if they decide to have student loans.
You're located at the corner of East 40th Street and Chester Avenue on the east side of Cleveland, in the Midtown Corridor area near downtown Cleveland. Explain for us, Todd, the commitment you have to changing the lives of the students who go to Chancellor.
Well, our commitment is we are very student-focused. We have very rigorous academics, but at the same time, our faculty is committed to forming a positive relationship with students to help them persist towards a degree. We're not just interested in students to the university. We're interested in students being successful and matriculating to better their lives and in their communities in which they live.
What kind of money are we talking about? What would it cost to go to Chancellor on a semester basis?
I will defer to my president.
Well, he's the one who the keeper of the dollars.
That's right. We charge our tuitions are similar to Tri-C or Cleveland State on a cost per credit hour. You can come to Chancellor, for example, and get a paralegal associate's degree for under $15,000, and the average starting salary of a paralegal in the United States is $42,000. So you can see a real opportunity to improve your career opportunities.
This is money well spent. This is actually buying into your own future.
That's right. And you know, we are going through a tough economic time at the moment. The national unemployment rate is just under 10%. If you have a college degree, the unemployment rate is under 5%.
Okay. Let me put a phone number on the screen. If we have not already done so, we will. 866-316-9377, as you see at the bottom of the screen. Or you can go to Chancellor.edu, as you see spelled right there, CHANCELLORU.edu. Get more information on everything we've been talking about. Todd, leave us with a thought on why you think Chancellor is right for people.
Well, Chancellor is your opportunity university, and it's right for individuals who have a commitment to improve their lives and to partner with someone that is committed to their success. So we are very committed to our students. We're very committed to the community in which we operate, and their success is our success.
And President Doherty, when people come to Chancellor University at the corner of East 40th and Chester Avenue in Cleveland, what are they going to feel when they walk in that facility? What are they going to get?
I think they're going to get a real sense of family and community. For someone who is a first generation to go to school, someone who's been a working adult for the last 15 or 20 years, and they have now taken the important step to improve their lives through education, we have built tutoring services, we've built a whole support network to help the non-traditional student come and succeed.
We wish you well, and we wish everybody who goes to Chancellor University well. It's a good place. Right around the corner from us, East 40th and Chester Avenue.
Thanks for having us.
Good to have you with us, President Bob Doherty and Todd Allen Williams, who's the acting dean of the Undergraduate College of Business. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Chancellor University. I'll take a break in a moment. We return back after these words. One of our partners on this broadcast is the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. Its president and CEO, Marsha Maccabee, is here, always bringing us thoughtful words. Hi, Marsha.
Hi, Leon. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine.
Good. You know, this being the last week of the year, it's always a great time for reflection. And one of the things that I've been thinking about here at the end of the year is how leaders can grow and develop. And one of the things I've learned over this year is to constantly test the thoughts and premises that you have, because as you move in different directions and grow, those things change. And I think as a leader, you have to really be open to change and open to new ideas and open to bringing in new concepts and ideas that can sort of evolve your framework of how you think and do things.
Because Lord knows the world is changing around you.
Ooh, I'm telling you, at lightning speed.
Yeah. So what is your advice to people who are in key leadership roles? Make strong commitments?
Make strong commitments, but also just be willing to involve yourself in a lot of professional development opportunities. Get out there, go to conferences, go to all kinds of community meetings that talk about the new things that are going on in the 21st century, and just be willing to constantly update what you think and do and what your ideology is by bringing in these new things.
And if we can do those things, we can keep ahead of the curve, and we can deal with a changing landscape out there, certainly economics and social and all of those kinds of things.
That's exactly right.
You always bring us words of wisdom.
Well, I certainly try.
I think you've got a good source there. There's a place you go to find all this good stuff.
You better know it.
I know that to be the truth.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marsha Maccabee.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for us on Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Good luck. Be well. We'll talk again.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.